Right. So recording started. It might pop up something on your screen, which you have to say, yes, you're happy with that. Okay. Recording started. I want everyone to do that. Yes, thank you. Because otherwise, I'm not sure if it had started. Yeah, but just say yes, yes, yes. Thank you, thank you. So just say, keep saying yes. I mean, not just on a chat, on your screen. If it pops up anything, you need to say there. Yeah, thank you. That you're happy with the recording being done. It's all about privacy policy. Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. Awesome, awesome. Getting so many yes. My goodness, thank you. Julius, you scared me. You got all the capitals for now scaring someone that you are not happy with it. Okay, let's go to the task. No, thank you. That's all right, guys. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Right. It is called cover sheet. Yeah. With any assessment, you send it to me in APTC or my Gmail or upload on My Village, which is a learning platform. This thing with your signature has to be there. It's a compliance document. Without it, I won't be able to mark your grade. I mean, I will view it, but I won't finalize the grade because this is a compliance document. If I do it, and if you don't send me this document, I will be held accountable that, oh, why did you mark it if you don't have this document? So I need this information. It's a pretty standard structure. It will be like this in all the assessment, except the code and the name or the task number or the type of the task. Yeah. Right, I'll just make it a bit bigger. Assessment task, it will tell you here CHCDIV003. That's a code of the unit that we are doing. AT1 is assessment task 1. W is for written task. 8 Queensland material, version 3. Don't worry about just the first bit is important. Your name, whatever your official name you are registered with. Like I got someone on my list who told me what is your official name, what is the name you prefer to be called. Yeah, just if they are separate one, pick up the official one. Okay, the one you have registered your name under. Okay, your student number, which will be issued to you pretty shortly. This will be there as a return. Assessment due date, which I will tell everyone. What did we discuss? The assessment due date was 14/8. All the tasks 1, 2, and 3 is due on this date. The date you are submitting. Assistant name, that's marked there. Okay, now I'll make it bigger temporarily, then I'll come make it smaller again. It's your declaration. I declare that this assessment is my own work. That is your own work. Okay. Any ideas or comments made by other people have been acknowledged as references. So you should have some reference section at the end. Okay. And jot it down. Note it down if you will forget this. I need some reference section either at the end or as you go along. So let me scroll a bit down. Let's say, for example, why would you miss a qualitative quantitative data when analyzing diversity in your workplace? If you are doing from your brain and if you think it's correct, no reference needed. But if you are reading somewhere, okay, then you must, for example, this one, 5 types of diversity, or there was some legislation. Yeah, for example, is five stakeholder in your community. Why should you consult them? So if you are looking for Google or reading any learning material, which I just shared, or reading PPT, then you must cite the source and paraphrase it right in your own word. Reference, paraphrase. Yeah. So this is what you are agreeing on. How I will check it? So for example, just before a while, someone wrote in the chat about the stakeholder. Right? People in organization who have interest in what an organization is doing. How I will tell you how I will catch you. Okay, again, that's a part of my job. It's a compliance body. I'll have to do it whether I like it or not. I'll copy the piece of text, for example, why self-awareness is important in supporting people from diverse background. I'll copy that I'll go to Google and I'll put that information within inverted commas. So it will try to pick up the same word. See, it's on what, when, why it is, why self-awareness is important when supporting clients from the diverse background, right? See, why is self-awareness important when supporting clients from the diverse background? So if this was your response, I will leave a comment that no paraphrasing done. You copied from some website, so references is needed somewhere. If this is your response, for example, you will have the reference here. That this is, and write in your own words, which is called paraphrasing. Okay, so what you are saying that I have taken help from this website, but I haven't done a copy and paste because that doesn't serve the purpose of the assessment. You are not learning something new. If it was all copy and paste, anyone can do it. Why do we need a qualified person? And what are you learning from it? Okay, so this is not allowed. This is a no, no, no. And I will catch you on that and put the remarks. If it happens frequently, you will fail the unit. Okay, by all means, read anything you like. But why is self-awareness important when supporting client from diverse important? If I had to paraphrase it, I'll say, in my opinion, self-awareness is very important because it helps supporting diverse background. For example, and then I'll explain it. So I have read somewhere, either it's a learning guide PDF or Google or PPT or any book, like we got a Cole's book as well, which you'll be given as well, Leadership and Management by Cole. But whenever you read it, just write in your own words and cite or acknowledge that it's from some external source. This is not what your brain has told you. Yeah, simple as that. Okay. Right. Okay. I understand if this statement is found to be false, it will be regarded as a misconduct and will be subject to any disciplinary action as outlined in a Take student rule or APTC student rule. Yeah, again, it's beyond my control. If I don't do my job properly, I will be questioned, held accountable. Remember KRA KPI? Yeah, this is one of my KRA KPI. Okay, I understand that by emailing or submitting this assessment, I agree to declaration, and you will be submitting this electronic, but I still prefer a signature here. Yeah, a double compliance thing. Yeah, and the date when you are signing. Okay? Maybe you are signing today and you are submitting after a week, then this date will be different. Okay? And this is all privacy. Yeah, right. There are two parts of this task one. They're all question answer, situation based question, and then that's why I highlighted it. So if you have the Word file open, like side by side, along with viewing the screen, then you can otherwise simply observe and go back to the video and then highlight all that thing. And you don't need a printed copies for this, even the ebook, e-copies are fine. Right? I'll be talking about this on the first instance, but it's not really required. It's kind of FYI for your information. So when you achieve a satisfactory result, if you wanted to achieve a satisfactory result, I will be looking for your ability to demonstrate the following skills, task knowledge to an acceptable industry standard. So don't write one or two words, write the whole sentences. Don't write one sentence, write 2 to 4 sentences with every question. Yeah. What is diversity definition? Collected any qualitative, quantitative data, any benefits of diversity, how workplace reflect, and this, and this, and this, and this. Appeal here. Don't worry about it, as I told you. Right? You have 2 attempts. Okay. But it's kind of between both of us. In some situation, I can give you the 3rd attempt as well. But that's between you and me. So, for example, if Joseph feels like, oh, first attempt he missed something, I gave him a feedback. In the second attempt, again, he missed some of the feedback. That will be his 3rd attempt. By rule, it's a no. I shouldn't allow him. But depending on how Joseph is doing in a class, how he's followed. If I'm not like, oh, two is done, forget about it, you fail out of the qualification. No, I mean, I can take care of certain things at my end. Yeah. So this is the thing I can take care of, but don't make it 3 attempt, 4 attempt, 5 attempt, 6 attempt. That will be too much. And then I have to say, my friend, this is it. I won't be able to take this forever. Yeah. 1 or 2 instances, yes, it's all right. No, but if it is an ongoing habit, then we have to work on that. But it's extremely extremely important that we stick to 2 attempts. And again, if required, it's within my reach that I can give you third or the fourth attempt. Yeah? Fourth has never happened, only third that I have to go sometime. Yeah. It can be submitted by APDC. I mean, this will be shared, but email to me. I shared my email address in the PPT, in the chat as well, the APDC one or something. You'll get some email from me very soon. Yeah. You must complete the task in full, can access any support material, ask your friend, ask Google, up to you. It's an open book. You can refer to anything, must complete any assessment question. In your own words, plagiarism is a breach. Plagiarism is copying someone's works, is a serious breach of academic conduct. And again, you will receive not yet satisfactory grade, and you lose 1 attempt, and it's not good for your student image as well. Okay, right. Question number 1: why is self-awareness important when supporting clients from the diverse background? 50 to 100 words. So when it says 50 to 100, you can fit in any of this range. Yeah. Why is a self-awareness an important part when supporting your clients from the diverse background? Anyone? I mean, you can unmute and say it. You don't have to type that longer thing. If you feel like, oh, I got something to share, please unmute and anyone. Okay. The moment you become self-aware, right? We are talking about diverse backgrounds. I can give you an example. If you become self-aware, then you will take care of their need, isn't it? If I become aware that, oh, I'm talking to Solomon students or Solomon candidate, right? Your background is totally different than what we have in Australia. Again, I'm not judging right or wrong. I'm not judging good or bad. Okay, it's different. So if I'm teaching remotely or if I'm teaching there, I need to be mindful of your thing. For example, before food, you pray, right? I've seen you guys, right? Before recording the video, you pray sometime, right? Before starting a meeting, you pray. When ending the meeting, you pray, right? So if I don't allow that, right, then you feel like, oh, what's wrong in praying? I might find it not relevant, right? But if I know that culture, then I say, oh, please attend your prayer and come back if you need quiet space, yeah, or need to allow you time. For example, if you're Muslim and it's your Rosa month, Ramadan month, right? Then you need to attend your prayers 3 or 4 times. Yeah. Then can I be rigid or not allow you that? Then it's not right. I must allow you to practice your religion. I'm not doing a favor or something. It's normal. That's how it should be. Yeah, and that's why I need to be mindful of the diverse background that you belong to. How you treat women, right? Women in some Western culture versus women in the Middle Eastern culture is treated differently, isn't it? Yeah. So you don't have to feel offended. Just be mindful how you treat the women, and or other clients from the diverse background, and that's why you need to be self-aware of this need. Yeah. Number 2. What are 2 main prejudiced unconscious biases of yours that need to be addressed to improve your ability to work respectfully and empathetically with diverse clients and co-workers? Anyone? Please, Frederick. You can unmute and say it if you don't want to type that longer.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can.
Okay. I just have a question regarding the task here. Between 50 to 100 words. In regards to delivering this back to you, would additional space
Oh,
for
simple.
or
That's all
just
your
okay. All right.
That's all your space.
I
Yeah,
thought
you don't
we
need to go
attach.
for the dotted or anything, but
All
just
right. Okay.
just keep writing, and just to make it different. If I were a student, I will write like this just to say that, oh, this is the answer. Or if you don't
Yep.
want to do like a high school kid, then select all that. I mean, it's up to you. I shouldn't say it that way. But then whatever I'll type here, this is the sample response.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's very easy to read. Like I said earlier, that the more user friendliness you increase, is better for me, and I can really mark it quickly and come back to you pretty quickly. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, cool. And never think that this is a stupid question or should I ask or not. Um, you know, um, go for it. Again, there is no right or wrong. No one is here to judge you. Yeah.
Thanks.
Cool. Yes, Steve, you're typing. Yep. That's absolutely up to you how you want to do it. Yeah, you can just go like this and have your, oops, don't want to do it that way. Right, I can just go for italics. All my response are italic. The main, prejudices are blah 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 blah. Yeah, so however you do it is your choice. Yeah, but as long as it's, it can be easily distinguished that, oh, this is a question, this is the answer. That's it. Yeah? Right. Yes. Prejudice and biases. You can talk about your relevant to you, or you can talk about the broad aspect, like, um, gender, age, your physical ability, your economical status, rich or poor, any language, any religion that you follow. These are broad, and you can go for the specific one, like appearance, what do you like in terms of food? Are you vegetarian, non-vegetarian, political orientation? Which party do you support? Do you support your current leader or you support someone else? What do you think? Why do you think that is all, and like we saw in that video, unconscious bias. Oh, that's a female pilot. And you feel like, oops, because we have one image in our mind. It could be with me as well. You might know, he's an Aussie guy, training from Australia, and he'll be like a lot of experience. And you feel like, oh, he looks like that old, or his what he would do, what he would, and just imagine me and just even younger than what you would imagine. You feel like, oh, is he going to take care of our qualification? What would he have known? So all that is called unconscious bias. You have an image in your mind of something, some person, some situation. If it doesn't happen like that, then it's our unconscious bias. We are not aware of it, but we don't feel comfortable with what has changed. Yeah, you can talk about that here. Okay. Any question? I am watching chat as well. But please, by all means, yeah, write in a chat, unmute and say it. Yeah. I am also happy to listen to you guys, just to let you know, as well as see you, but the bandwidth doesn't support that much. So we are just restricting that to audio now. But yeah, happy to listen to your voice as well. Yeah? So no need to write longer question in a chat. Yeah. Yes, we know what is meant by diversity. Yeah. You can write some definition of diversity and quote it. Who said that? Provide 5 types of diversity in a workplace. Explain each of this example. It could be age, it could be cultural background, it could be your ethnicity, sexual orientation, gender, age group that you belong, family responsibility. Are you living in a nuclear family? versus the joint family, income status, like plenty of them, plenty of them. And reading that book will give you more knowledge about all that thing. Yeah. And that's why that reading of PDF is good. We already covered that difference between qualitative versus quantitative data. Qualitative is which can be expressed in terms of words. Yeah. Your personal choice, anything that's, expressed in terms of word expression, it's a qualitative. Quantitative, the one in terms of the number. For example, how old are you? And when did you come to this training, right? Um, how much portion of the training was interesting, or was it really boring? Was the trainer really engaging? What percentage? On all that thing, everything with a number. What's the temperature outside? Will it rain today? How much will it rain today? All that thing. Yeah. You have to explain it. See the difference between list, write, and explain. Listing, writing, explain, you really have to explain them, yeah, in some words. That's a good question. Sorry, I can be specific. I can make it 30 to 40 words. Thank you. And 5, we can make it 50 to 100. Yeah. Thank you for bringing that to me. Yeah, thanks, Michael. Yeah. So that's about 30. Just make a note of that. 3A is 30 to 40. I mean, you can always go back and view the recording. And 3B is 50 to 100 here. Right. Why would you mix a qualitative and a quantitative data when analyzing diversity in a workplace? Anyone wants to say or share your view on this question? It's an easy one to say. Like I said, happy to listen to what you guys feel. Yeah. Question 5. I'll say it. That's fine. If you just talk about quantitative data, for example, right, then you're just saying it's all number for fair reporting. Thank you. Yeah, sorry if I'm rushing. No, that's good. Yeah, for reporting. And to cover all the aspect of a report, isn't it? Yeah, when you're analyzing. If I just talk about the numbers, right? How many females in your work group? You say 4. But out of how many? Right? And is 4 is a good number? Then you need to compare, is it 4 out of 5, 4 out of 10, or even you got the percentage, like for example, 4%, then we are saying, oh, 4 out of 100 or 1 out of 25, right? But is it meeting your benchmark? Then I need some words to fill the gap, isn't it? We got about 4% of the female in a workplace that is too far behind from the benchmark, which was set as 40%, right? Something like that. So word will fill your feeling. Yeah, it's important to have factual information for justifying your perception. Very true. Thank you. Yeah, and the words will fill the gap, isn't it? So you can express yourself in words, but the numbers will justify the situation, the scenario. Yeah, and that's why you need a good mix of both. Yeah, if I just write about 4% female, right? Or median income of the classroom is this much, then you won't have the actual information, right? You need numbers to, words to fill the report, the sentences. Yeah. Okay, so what we are saying, okay, analyzing a balance of quantitative and qualitative data can help the company, right, not just to evaluate the numbers or statistical numbers, I would say, but also ensure that they promote the diversity by putting more values to it, right? By being fair. Simply numbers does not justify the report or fairness, but once you have words around it, qualitative data about it, then you are creating an entire report, more concrete report, more solid report, and they are adopted well through the organization. Yeah, if that helped. I got a request to elaborate a bit more, so did that. Is that good? So, yep, awesome. Okay, so we covered 5 questions. Okay. Research the internet to look at 2 samples of qualitative or quantitative data in relation to diversity in a workplace. For example, your data sample might include the number of women in the leadership role, a number of people for a cultural and linguistic diverse background, or people with disability in the organization. Read and analyze the data in each of your sample. Provide 2 facts about diversity that you have interpreted for each of the data sample. 20 words per fact. Okay. And up here, I would write research again 50 to 100 words. Yeah. So there are 2 parts of it. I can call it A or B if you want, otherwise leave it like that. Let's research and look at 2 types of data. It could be employee survey, employee satisfaction survey, or employee retention rate. Retention is how many employees stays with the organization for longer. Yeah, any complaint against discrimination, complaint against the management, right? All that thing. Any advocacy group, any promotion, any support that you are providing to the local community, and all that thing could be a part of qualitative, quantitative data, right? Read and analyze data in each group. So provide 2 facts about, analysis of them. So let's say, for example, we talk about imbalance of pay. Yeah, not being fair in terms of the pay. So I'll give you an example. Your management decided that, let's say you're working for a non-Solomon company, right? I wouldn't pick up a nationality, otherwise I might be talking something biased. That's why I'm saying in general. Non-Solomon nationality company, right? So the management is from non-Solomon. And you have worked with the company for 2 years. The other person has worked with the company for 1 year. Still, he's promoted on a higher rank than you, even though you are same qualified, you are doing more hard work. Just because he is from the same nationality as the management and you are from Solomon, do you think it's fair? Right? So based on the data, it's about the pay dispute, pay unfairness. You are being unfair in terms of rising your pay. Yeah. So you need to analyze your fact that you are talking about and talk about them. Yeah. It could be physical environment. Someone is given a better office as compared to you, then you feel like, oh, what have I done that I'm not receiving this? Yeah. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Oh, just came to my mind. I wasn't, wasn't really prepared for it. Just came to my mind. Yeah, good. So happy with that. When it says upload data sample to my village, that means you can also email that to me. Yeah, you can by all means put it on my village once you have the access, but otherwise you can email me those. Yeah. Identify 3 workplace objective in a community service organization you work at, or would like to work. Workplace objective. Let's say you are working with, some rural training center, RTC, what we say, right? But you wanted to work with a bigger national institute or work with SINU, Solomon Island National University, because you got good experience in color, you should be working. Then you can talk about SINU work objective. Or you're working with telecom, but you want to go with higher telecom company, then you can talk about either you're working or where you wish to work. Okay. Explain how diversity in a workplace benefit each of the three identified objectives, right? And use this table to record your thing, right? Workplace objective. Let me minimize that. Would someone like to talk about it? I mean, it's based on the organization, so you can really talk about, I mean, don't mix and match. So if you're picking up the education organization, then your objective should be education based. You know, if you're talking about telecom, then it has to be telecom based. Yeah. Unmute and say it rather than typing longer if someone is typing. If not, I can go ahead and explain this. Yeah, it says that. It can be any company. Don't worry about that. That's fine. It's a good point, Michael. Thank you. But I wouldn't be very fuzzy about it, otherwise it will restrict your answer. If you just, or that could be more monotonous answer. If you just restrict to community service organization, then how many would you have or would you prefer to work? So their work objective will overlap. So for example, Michael's answer and, Julia's answer will overlap. Why? Because they both choose some community service like your church, for example. Then church objective could be, I don't know, could be 5, 10. But if everyone talks about that church, then your objective or how it benefits or support will be more monotonous, more repetitive. And this I'm giving a broader thing that okay, you can talk about the company as well. Yeah, it's a good pickup. I'm so happy with interaction going on. Trust me, it has been never this good. Just because we all got the access to chat, it's so live, so good. I mean, that's how it should be. But yeah. So for example, if one of the object, oh, sorry, I missed something, organization goal, yep, that's right. But you have to be specific what goal you are trying to solve. Because when you pick up an objective, right, then you talk about its benefit, that why diversity is supporting that objective. Let me give you one example. Let's say your company, which most of the company should have, take care of your clients or your customer, isn't it? Yeah. Try to provide them best service as possible. But if you have some client who is non-Solomon from Australia or from Chinese or India, then having some diverse employee of who is Chinese ascent, who is Indian ascent will really help you as an organization to take care of your clients. And that has worked so many times with me. I'm telling you, it's not about being biased, but it's serving the right people in a correct way. So what happened? I'll tell you an example. I was engaged in some, moving because I recently last week I moved my house and all that thing. Then um, the moment you see the person with the same nationality, you feel, oh, he's Indian. You can talk in Hindi and you feel you mingle very well. And they will, oh, Paji, what you're doing and this and that. Paji is like brother, right? And a brother. And they also feel like, oh, okay, he's like our people, right? As compared to some other nationality, then their bonding is not there, the connection doesn't set up, and you don't get the benefit. What has diversity done? So again, let me be more specific. Let's talk about the company SINU, for example. Yeah, we are talking about the company SINU. Okay, work objective. I don't know what they're watching. Just give an example. So clients, it could be students, better. When I say better, in the best possible way, or to the at most possible best, yeah, good way, right? Then how diversity? Having someone, if one of the client base for SINU is from, I'm just speaking of India because I'm sure you wouldn't mind that. Then having someone of Indian nationality will help the Indian customer to be served. Yeah, simple. That's it. For that, I need to recruit someone who can understand India, can understand geographical India, not like just reading or Google and serving, or using translation. Yeah. Translations are good, but not 100%. Yeah. Um, yeah, something like that. Then you can think about, serving any physical disabled person. So the moment you have someone who is physically disabled as an employee, they kind of mingle well. They understand each other's feeling. Oh, okay, because it's disabled, you need to have a disabled toilet. Yeah, it's another example, right? You need a ramp access. You know what's a ramp access? So there are no steps, because with the wheelchair you can't go up the steps. Either you need a lift or you need a smooth ramp access like this. Doesn't go bumping, bumping, bumping like steps. No, ramp access goes like that. Maybe it's longer because you can't elevate a lot, right? But that will serve the need of a physically challenged person who can't go up the steps. Yeah, or that's the same case with a mother with a baby with a pram, with a stroller. Yeah. So you need to have diverse people so they think differently and can serve your clients well, your community well. Make sense? I just wrote about one. You need to fill the other two. Not necessarily this one, but fill all three of them. That's right. Right. If you need more space, enter. Right. Cool. Identify two. Keep the chat moving on, so I know if you are following me or it's not clear or you understand that. Yeah, that helps me. Otherwise, I can go back or spend more time on the questions. Yeah, so I'm getting some chat message, which is awesome. Yeah, at least it will tell me that, oh, it makes sense, or I said something which didn't help them. Yeah, right. Identify two community service organization. Again, it could be someone with your work in your region. Identify two key target groups outlined in the diversity strategy. Use the table below. So you can talk about company 1 and two target groups, right? It will vary mostly in the company that you choose. What are your target group? Are you targeting someone? So, for example, we got the biggest bank here, which is Commonwealth Bank of Australia. They think they remember I just showed that website to you. Where did it go? Which talked about diversity and everything. Yeah, maybe I closed it. Yeah, but remember that ad that we discussed about diversity that says that, oh, okay, we are supporting this kind of people. Our goal is that we should have at least few female members on the top management and things like that. Yeah, so that's their target group is female management. You can choose any of this that is mentioned here. Yeah, from diverse background, any of this. Yeah. It could be some different race, some different cultural background, anyone. You just wanted to support someone who is divorcee, for example, or who is just single. Yeah, these are all different various groups. I'll talk about question up till 10, then we'll take a break. Within break time, you can just grab a coffee or something. I'll take my lunch. And after that, I will, continue with this one. Yeah. Let me just finish 2 more questions. List 5 stakeholder in the community organization who you should consult when developing workplace strategies, diversity strategy. Yeah, we have talked about many of them when we are going through PPT. Yeah, it could be some employee, some board management, some government organization, any community member, clients, union members, WHS members, right? NGOs, that was one of the response from someone. Yeah, all that can go. Yeah. Again, it doesn't specify words, it's up to you how many you write. Okay, but you need to list 5. Why it is important to consult with stakeholder when developing a diversity strategy is at least 3 points. Here we are saying who you will consult, and up here the benefit of why. Right? So you can talk about, if you're talking about government, if you are consulting with a government body or members of government body, then they will provide you insight of all the relevant legislation, the laws, the policy that you should follow. If you're talking about in NGOs, that will tell you what benefits it will bring to the community or the society. Right? So what you write here, the benefit will be written in question 10. Cool. Any question before we go on a break? Oh, good. Do you require a format to answer the question? Not necessarily, that's fine. But if there are bulleted points, if you're talking about 3 points, I would prefer 3 bullets here. If you're talking about 5 of them, I'll prefer 5 bullet point there. Yeah, that would help. Yeah, but not really a format kind of thing. No. Yes, any other question from anyone? All good, Joseph. Yes, if no more question, then let's stop it here, and then we can talk about, there are 5 more questions, and then we got some case study based questions, right? My target is I should be finishing this task, give you some time in the morning, maybe until coffee or something before I go to the next part of it. Yeah. Okay. Stretch your body. I'm gonna to stop the recording, and then I will record it again. Yeah. Thank you.